Okay. Ugh. So is this working? It should. You can probably hear that it's a rainy day here today. I hope it's not too loud. Okay, so hi guys. Hi Lise, hi Mikey, hi Susan, hi Melissa, hi Duad. Hey guys. How are you today? Not loud. Oh, I'm great. I'm great. I'm glad. Yeah, that's gonna be... sorry. So this is a bit of a mess that I'm gonna try to figure out a bit. So yeah, today I was thinking about doing a couple of things related to paint making, such as wrapping pans and all that, since that's really boring to do on one's own and much more enjoyable with friends. So tired. How are you? Hey Jellybean, hi. Yeah, kind of tired too, but good. I don't know why, but rainy days are always so sleepy. Hold on, I need a scale. Oh, horses, chickens, and a cat. I hope we'll be able to see some pictures. That would be great. Hey, Box of Paint, hi! I'm working trying to retake my feral studio. Oops. Would help if I sort of put it on. My parents will come by every day to check on them, but I still don't like it. Oh, I know what you mean. Hey, Sally, hi. Ew. So freaking sticky. Oh wow, what the heck? I had one of those fun days this week where I thought I would just move this thing there, and suddenly felt like I was in the middle of a hoarding. Oh no. What? This is not sticky at all. Pfft. Oh my gosh. Picnicking comes with some odds. Oh, definitely. You wouldn't think that gum arabic would be this messy, but wow. What color are you making? For now, I'm only preparing some gum arabic because I ran out of binder. So what I want to do in terms of paints when I have some binder ready again is a pearl and a silver color, because I did a bunch of metallic golds and a copper. I feel safer using like micas to test binder recipes. Hey Dominic, hi. Okay, yeah. I should have really brought a container of water. Okay. I'll be right back. Just hold on a sec. Okay, sorry about that. Ugh. I just learned that mica pigments need less glycerin than matte pigments. I kind of use the same recipe for everything, to be honest. The only thing I've noticed with micas is that I've hardly ever seen a mica that would rub off. Like, they are very well behaved. I've got Holbein Pearl White Gouache. Oh, yeah, okay, in terms of oh no, wait. And a bunch of fluid acrylic interference code, and I'm always trying to work in somehow. They are kind of difficult to work in, I agree. Especially if you draw more, like, realistic stuff. And, like, who do more abstract or semi-abstract, or, you know, illustration, but with some abstract elements. It's much easier to fit in shimmer and interference colors then.
Hey, bonjour Scout. Salut les filles. Salut le bon public.
Bing, boing, backline, badang, bing. Good. Empty tray. Empty that thingy. Alrighty. Oh, what was the contest, Dominic? I think things like birthday cards are often nice with a bit of shiny paste. Oh, that's a good idea. And sometimes you can sneak in a geometric pattern like Mucha did. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are really good ideas. Like, I know quite a few artists that fit it well in their style, but I know that for myself, I still struggle with it, and it really annoys me because I want to use the shiny colors so badly. Okay, so I posted about this on Patreon, so my patrons probably have seen this already, but I'm really slow, but I'm still working on handmade paints, and these are sort of the regular colors that I have drying at the moment. And I'm really bad at remembering to check up on my palettes, my pans, and my jars of paints that I need to refill the pans and all that. So when I checked them recently, I realized that this color and this color, the jars that I kept, had gone bad. So the joys of trying a new binder and forgetting about it is that you end up with colors that go bad on you, which sucks. So I was able to refill pans of the blue, Potter's pink, this yellow color and this green color, but not these pans. So I don't know, it's gonna be a weird selection of pans available when I'm done. But I quite like the blue and the potter's pink. I mean, I really like those green earth colors, but they're such a pain in the butt to make into paint, seriously. And then, so to test another binder batch, I worked with these little mica colors that were like samples. So I didn't feel really bad if things turned out not great with these. And it was a bit weird because they dried in all sorts of way, and I'll have to see what I do with those. Probably do some, yeah, they grew a bit of mold on top. I just feel like they flatten things so much if I try to use them in my everyday paintings. Oh. Yeah, it kind of has to be some sort of weird graphic element or treatment. Like everything will be realistic, but let's say it's a character wearing a metal armor. Well, all the armor will be flat because I'm gonna paint it all in gold, like evenly. And it's a look, but I still don't understand how binder can go bad so easily, but once it's got pigment, it's much less likely. Well, it's sugar, right? And that's the thing bacteria thrive on, I think. So I can see how it goes bad. It's not like must be a ratio thing that it's broken down to cover the particle, but yeesh. Maybe so. But yeah, the thing is I would be good. Like, the paints wouldn't have gone bad on me if I hadn't forgotten about them for like a month and a half. Like, it would have been okay if I had remembered weekly to refill the pans. I keep forgetting. It's one of those things that I forget, so. Made binder on the 19th and save it in the fridge. Oh, that's a good idea too. So I made another batch of binder after the test with the previous micas, and in this recipe of binder I followed the part that also says to add a bit of clove oil, because clove oil helps prevent mold from growing. And I thought that I would test this recipe with metallic gold, copper and silver colors, so that it's sort of festive. Like, the paints will smell of clove, sorry, and they will be like metallic colors. Like, the holidays are eventually coming. Like, I'm so slow at this. By the time these are ready, it will be December. So I thought it might be fun. I don't know. It's probably just the water content. They thrive on moisture. Sugar is a preservative. No, I'm not sure. Salt is a preservative. Sugar, I don't know. All the parts are pretty stable on their own. Honey, glycerin. Honey will never grow mold. If you manage to grow mold on honey, I would run. Glycerin, gum arabic. It's the water's fault. Yeah, it's the moisture. So, second step. So this is basically how I test the paint as I make it. I do the swatch and then I drop a dot to see how it dries. And when it's fully dry, I re-wet it and see how it re-wets. Hey, Okuni, hi! How did somebody lose some spell pad? I did, because I'm too slow. I had like paint that was jarred so I could refill pans, and I kind of forgot about it for too long. And some, like, two colors grew a bit of mold on top, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to risk it. Now what I want to try is to pour some of my mixes in this specific mold. What I like of it is that I think it would work well for like dots, obviously, and possibly have cards that are a selection of dots. But what I like is that they're less deep than my coffee beans. So I think it might dry better and faster in this one. Also, I was looking at the coffee beans mold the other day, and I kind of saw something that I can't unsee within the shape of the coffee beans, and now I'm kind of just like, my drying rack caused all this disaster. Just a No, not butts, female genitalia. I was like, oh no. Yeah. Oh. the way the mold, like I got a first mold that in my opinion looks better than the second one. I got Georgia O'Keeffe coffee. Okay, so you can kind of see, so a real coffee bean is quite flat, you know, and it has like the thing in the middle, I think. But the molds I have are really like deep, so that's weird. So I can end up with like a really high coffee bean. And if you look at them from the top, some of the molds I have kind of have a second line here, and then they have like the squiggle in the middle, and I was like, you know, not sure. Oh yeah, that was my realization. Honestly, I thought the same thing about the coffee beans, but I don't think that should make you avoid it. Hey, Sarah, hi. Yeah, I'll just need to sort of special paint parties. Valentine's Day. Sorry. Hey, Malvina, hi. Did I say hi? I'm sorry. Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. So yeah, I could make these into boobies, I guess, but anyway, it's just that I like the fact that they are so deep kind of bothers me too. They really take forever to dry. And the batch of micas that I tested, like the test batch, not this one, but one of the mica colors, the paint grew mold on the bottom, like on the side that was in the mold. And I was like, okay, how? Because like the silicone won't let hair go through it for sure. This paint's getting real artsy. Yeah, I'm getting really contemporary, I guess. I also found a mold. I found a couple of molds actually. I have if you saw on my Patreon post, I have the ones with all the cute cat shapes. I have one with evergreen tree shapes that I thought was quite fitting, since the name of the shop, Prush, is a type of evergreen. But these are quite big. The evergreen ones are quite like big, so I would either have to make them flat, like really thin, because they're bigger. And then I saw this super generic small like drop shape one, and I was like, oh, that might be interesting for sets. Like everything would be the same size. I feel like it could maybe work well. Maybe you should sterilize the molds before you fill them. Possibly. The molds take so much longer than I thought, seriously. Well, I'm catching up on chat. Oh, how did it go with the new job, Sarah? Maybe spray it with alcohol and wipe it. I could try. I need to search first. Just because I know that some plastics don't take to alcohol well. I need to check if silicone is fine with it. But like I always wash all the molds with warm water and soap. Microwave the mica paint before you... I don't have a microwave, sorry. Ev, what do you imagine to be the best long-term storage for the paneless paint, since you know they wouldn't really go in a palette? I mean, you could, I guess, but did you have a plan? I was trying to find a way that I could make paint that you can either put in a folding palette you already have, because I know I personally prefer folding palettes. Pans are annoying, like you always end up digging in the middle and messing up your brush. I find that the wells are more interesting than the pans. So I wanted to possibly find a way that I could make paint and that either people could put it in like pans that they are reusing or that they already have, or in a folding palette. So that was sort of my initial idea for this. Isopropyl is what I use and it's fine, but I just let it air dry. Oh, okay. I'll try that then next time, I guess. New job is awesome. Yay! People are really great, but I still don't have my making. Oh. Yeah, that's always weird, right? When you start a new job and you're sort of halfway set. Can use peroxide to clean it. I don't have that either, but I'll keep it in mind. Folding palette sounds like a good option. The pop print would fit in a pan. At least. No, the pop print wouldn't fit. They're a bit big, those. You could always break it apart, though. I haven't gotten a chance to see Blue Period yet. I feel like reading the manga ruined the experience because it's way more fleshed out. The manga is probably more fleshed out, right? I'll have to check because I didn't see anything about it on Netflix, so... I wonder if you could use a food texture. I know that a few paint makers in a community do. I tried it, but I didn't like it. I have one of the Paul Rubens palette with the rectangular wells. Tried a couple of things with faulty molded paint. Oh no! use the pen, glass plate, palette with, well, they really are pretty versatile, but a few of the big ones did have to crumble. I kind of never wait for English dubs. There is so much, like, if you are familiar with like anime in general, there is so much to gain from the like intonation of how something is said in Japanese that you might not get from the dub. Oh, another thing that I like with doing the paints this way is that I can possibly find an easier way to ship ship those out, and also price them lower. So if someone wants to try handmade paints but like their budget is more limited, you can get more colors in a smaller dry size like this than you would be able to get in pans. Start using them, they just fill this. Yeah, that's true. Like, they won't keep their shape for too long, and that's not really the point either, to have them keep their shape. You kind of have to watch everything with subs anyway. It's raining really hardcore. This is like ASMR rain edition stream. Speaking of miscommunication, I heard the translation for Squid Game had issues. You mean the dub? I saw what would become one of my favorite movies sitting at the golf club reading the subtitles. Oh! My DVDs came with dubs and subs, and the dubs were these pairings. Oh, really? Always feel for me, honestly. Feel more nature. You would be on fire today. Wow, it's a real shower out there right now. Ah ouais? Où? Oh no. Oh, these kids are gonna be soaked. Poor kiddos. I'm only happy when it rains. City of Lost Children is the movie. Only really in French and can't remember. Huh. I was going to audition for a voice actor for Funimation years ago. I did a lot of research and ear training in preparation for that. I can't stand the same dozen people and the same squeaky women. Ugh. City of Lost Children. It's some orphans who have to steal for their room and board and someone... Whoa. Hey, Paulo! Hi! Oh wow, that was... C'était des enfants perdus in French. Yeah, that rings a bell. Hold on. I'll just... Whew, I sniffed a lot of clove oil. Ugh. So I made some Halloween room spray and can't figure out... I got it in my teapot or magically made tea that smells suspiciously similar to said spray. Oh. I really hope for you that I'm making candies. Oh, that's such a cute way to look at it. I love it. Sorry, stretching my back. I need to set these up as sort of a... So, okay, so I got these that I had forever that I need to sort of put on the shop or something. I really hope that Chaz is not outside. So this is one part of the... And the second part... This one's already cracked into. I'm getting some tips. I'm going to grind up some pretty plummy brown eyeshadow into gum rabbit solution. Don't start with a big batch. Seriously, I tried to make paint with eyeshadow and it was not necessarily a success. It really depends on the formula of the eyeshadow. Okay, so these. First tray here. So most of these are good. The lilac one looked good, but I think this whole batch will have to be binned because these smelled so freaking bad when they were wet. So my worry is that will it smell just as awful if you re-wet them? Doesn't seem that bad. Not as strong as when I made them. Like, I made them, and it was the first time that I had a mica mix that stunk, so the smell started coming out, and I was like, oh, what's that smell? Is it from outside? Did someone left their garbage bin, like, in the sun for too long or something? And Miss J was like, whoa, what's stinky? I was like, I don't know, what's that smell? And it turns out it was this mix. Though I gotta say, I think I think that, like, if you wet, they don't stink as bad. I'll have to wait and see. Maybe they smelled like butt, like old garbage and butt. They did not all freed themselves from the mold perfectly. Some of them are a bit more crumbly. My stuff, it was most similar to when a banana starts to turn to vinegar. So it's, oh whoa, that's hardcore. I have never had bananas go that way. It was definitely the mica pigment mix. Doesn't seem to reactivate the smell. So yeah, that was the first thing that I was like, oh no, how is that gonna turn out? But I mean, the paint looks good. Like, mind you, this is cellulose paper, so not the best, but it's okay. I think the blue ones are really quite nice. These are all crumbly. I don't know what's up with that. Otto! Hello! So happy to see you! Oh, but it's so easy to re-wet, I mean... Whoa. The sort of crumbly appearance disappears if you wet it a bit. And sort of smooth it out. Those beans and toe beans. Hey! Wouldn't bin them right away. So you think people would still want to play with these even if something was weird with the pigment mix? I'm prepared for weird stuff, expecting odd oil combination, not putting it on me. Oh, thank you so much, Otto. Yeah, this is a really nice, like, plum metallic copper color. Like, this is obviously a copper color, like, no shit Sherlock. This one I really quite like because it's a sort of a peachy color, and then it has a purple interference to it too. Just try to smooth this little cat out. Yeah, it kind of looks, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it looks really peachy, and then when it hits the light the proper way, it's lilac. It's really nice. Yeah, pearly whites, the dark blue one. The dark blue one, they look more blue, but when you actually swatch them, they're like blue-black a bit, depending on the angle. Oh, that was, hopefully that was, yeah, that was in screen, right? Yeah, these are quite lovely. Yeah, you can sort of see them well on camera. And then the second tray here, switch things around a bit so that you guys can see. Okay, so the teal, I think the teal, like this green-blue color, is the one that came out the best. Then there's like 3 different grays or silvery metallic grays in here that are a bit hard to tell apart, to be honest. Like, I know this is one, and this is another, and that's the third one. The other color that was really freaking weird was that stupid red. That's the one that grew mold at the bottom of the wells. Not, I think some of the beans were okay. Like the really shiny beans, these were mostly okay, I think. It's so humid, everything sticks together. Yuck. But most of the cats had mold on them. This one was like almost furry when I put it out of the tray, and I was like, ugh, what the, how? Hey, thank you, Okuni. I was just gonna... I touched the moldy ones. Blech. Hold on. C'est Rico? Oh, cool. Yeah, it was one color that molded. But like, I think the beans that were a bit more less full, I think they dried well and they didn't develop any mold. So I think these are usable, but I think these, the one that look a bit more dull, I'll have to bin because that's the mold, that's gross. I'm just cleaning my moldy fingers with an alcohol wipe. It's colors like these that make me impulse buy shiny paints that I then have no use for. But also, like, something that is fun with the fact that these are like small beans and all that is that, like, you can price them at like $2 per bean. So it's, first of all, it's more affordable, and you can sort of get a wider range of colors that you might be able to use up, because it's not like we use shimmer colors a lot. Yeah, there was definitely something weird with that red pigment. Hey, Lucine, hi! My art graph, water soluble graph, it developed. Whoa! Really? Maybe you can sort of clean it up / rub off the layer with alcohol or something. Forbidden Candy. That's such a good name! That's such a great name for it, honestly. Yeah, they're all really easy to re-wet, seriously, so I'm just trying to test to see if I can sort of, with a very light touch, not pick up a lot of paint, but patch up the really rough places. Or maybe that's fine that it looks like that, like, maybe no one minds. Oh, rust contamination can be the culprit here. I'll write down Forbidden Candy if you will allow me, Lucine. Hey, Yuri! Lumpy, hi. Peroxide, can you... So I'll put these back in the quote-unquote dryer.
Hello. Salut.
So that's the regular pans of the regular colors, and they pretty confident they're not dry at all. Like, it's been so rainy and humid the last few days. Like, these look shiny and sticky. I'm not gonna put my finger in there to check out. Well, sure, I'm pretty sure I've heard it somewhere before, so it's definitely not my own genius. Aww. Oh my god, please. Yeah, I remember I had a couple of paints that smelled like rust. Yeah, burnt sienna, that's an iron oxide to start with, so... Duad, it's often used to bleach hair as well. Hydrogen peroxide. So it's good for wound care and it's good for bleaching hair. Yeah, it's kind of like, I was thinking about that, like what Otto is saying. I'm like, yeah, well, sort of sadly have gone through similar stuff last year, so like these pans, okay, I must have made these at least 2 years ago. Okay, I haven't touched them since then. I put them in a container that I had and I left them there, and rewets just like anything else, and it looks kind of black full on, but it has this green interference effect when you catch the light with it. I think I know, we call it oxidized water. Oh, maybe that's it. We don't get peroxide here in the UK at the pharmacy. Really? Do you know why? Peroxide definitely helped achieve this shade of blue. Aww. Well, Okuni, you could probably dilute it if it's the strong one, right? Like, if that's the only thing available, you get some distilled water as well and you dilute it. No? I don't know. Aw. Of course, Otto. You know that. Oh, have a good weekend, Melissa. Thank you so much for being here. This one is the same idea. It looks kind of black, but it has this purple interference when you tilt it. Also, while on the topic to add, if you can sort of clear out the space that is rusty on your tin and cover it with some sort of varnish, that might help, like transparent nail polish, or if you have like enamel paints for painting models or something like that, just something to cover up the rust so it stops spreading as fast and contaminating your pancake. I'm not sure why it's not more common here. You can get 30-40 volume per hair from hair places here, but none of the stuff in the brown bottle. It's kind of always in a brown bottle, right? Mix them together, maybe you'd get an indigo interference. Maybe. But yeah, they still work really well, so I don't see any point on me holding on to them. They just need to be cleaned up a bit on the surface. Light makes it lose the extra oxygen. Oh, that's cool. That's gonna make for some exploding bottles, right? I mean, where does that extra oxygen go? The same reason why wine bottles are tinted. I didn't know that. We get wine bottles that are transparent too, right? Like fully clear. Not that I'm a big wine aficionado. Yuck. Noodler's kombucha. Oh, ew! You open up your bowl and there's this big mushroom on top of it. Blech. Big mushroom would be kind of sick. Mother noodler. Ew. Ugh, ugh. Do you guys drink kombucha? I kind of don't really like sparkly stuff, so But I always found the process of how it's made fascinating. Like the big freaking like mold cloud that's there on purpose. Like no, we intended for it to look like that. I'm like, oh, okay. You must be the same people who thought that, like, you looked at an oyster for the first time and were like, hey, looks good. I'll try eating that raw, sure. Oh, of course. By all means, Jellybean, you can talk about it on Discord. If it will help, you can talk about it here too. I drink kombucha, the Japanese seaweed tea, but not the kombucha you're talking about. Yeah, why is the fermented thing weird? Why is that called kombucha? Is it still made from the seaweed, but like fermented? Oh yeah, kombucha definitely goes, the fermented kombucha thing goes in the delicacy pile. Yeah, kombu is seaweed, that I know. But I just don't... I don't mind some flavors, but it can be very vinegary, and Brain says not without chips. So you get a container of chips and you dip them in your kombucha. I don't know what it means in Korean. Is kombucha Korean? Like the fermented one, is it Korean? Mixing the purple and the green seems to be making some really cute effects, but it's not dry yet, so it's kind of hard to see. Okay, so these are cleaned up. Kombucha is a whole foods kombucha. Oh, please, you're so right. Sorry, Lee says, we don't get brought down by other people sharing rough times in our community, or we'd honestly be goners. Yeah. No, we're supportive. So when people share stuff, there's always someone that can maybe help them or give them insight. Or just send them hugs, you know. I have no idea, but that layer of jelly-like crap that floats on the top of Western kombucha is called a SCOBY. My hero is currently into making kombucha. His surname is Kobe. Oh no, are you for real? He was meant to be the kombucha king. Ugh. All it makes me think is like, you know, this specific crunchy type of yoga people that burn through nag champra all day long and have the big jar of kombucha like in the studio, and I'm just like, ugh, no. Watch the thing about making your own vinegar, and it's a great way to use up wine and things, but not as interested in it being a drink. Still, a good gulp of vinegar. Oh, thank you so much for being here, Susan. Have a great weekend. I guess I feel like other people in Discord struggles are. Oh no, of course. Don't worry about that. It's not that. There's not a scale of like how bad someone is struggling or not. Yeah, everyone's struggle is valid. Yeah, yeah, it's a really nice mix of color. Good idea, Dominic. It's not very indigo-y, but it's pretty. I think that's a thing that not enough people play with, but mixing mica colors together can really bring some really interesting effects to the forefront. I did a bunch of tests of that recently. Where are they? Oh, that's well said, Bucks of Paint. Oh, it was not in this one. No, definitely not this one. Nope. It's when you think your problems are small and don't deserve help is when you most deserve help. Yeah, that's a very good point, Otto. Too many sketchbooks? Maybe. Still can't find what I'm looking for. Yeah, that one. I really identify with that one. Anyway, can't find it, but I did a bunch of tests where I mixed mica colors together and it was really interesting to see the results. You can get some really fun stuff happening. Especially if you mix like a gold with an interference color, then you get something really new. Oh yeah. So to build a leather one, I want to pet every cat in the world, antidepressant. I always put kind of the brand stickers on the back of sketchbooks because this one has an Alphonse full of cats. Oh, there they are. Ugh. My trees. Oh, I think that's in here. Yeah, I found it. Awesome.
Oh, pour vrai? D'accord.
It's hard to admit, but my new kitty nephew is the cutest damn thing. Aww. Will you post a few of them on the Discord, you think? Okay, so whoa. Okay, so these are like, I don't know if you can sort of see. Hope it's visible that like these are all like very sparkly colors, and like this area at the bottom is from mixing some of these together. And I think I added a gold, handmade gold in there for, is it visible at all? But yeah, I mean, it's really fun. Like I started with one color and then I added some of another, and you can really see some nice switches of like a gold with a dark purple, but it makes some really nice color because the micas don't really necessarily mix together. They just stay next to one another. So you kind of still see the two colors you had. Like here I mixed interference lilac with a gold color. So it kind of looks gold full on, but when you tilt it, you have this gold shimmer, but also the interference lilac in it. And it's really cool, I think. Okay. I will double check, but pretty sure my sister-in-law would be happy for me to share. Oh, that would be really fun. But yeah, definitely do ask. C'est-tu Péco?
Oui.
Tu dors?
Elle dort.
Elle fait des estis de rêve de fou, là. Pauvre pépite! C'est bien pas facile, la vie de raton. Combining mica pigments never works out the way you think it will because they seem to have a secret mass tone that isn't always noticeable at first. Some do. Yeah, that's why I would probably, if I had to mix them in powder form and make batches of it, I would definitely try to go for some that have sort of a, when you paint them, they're like, they don't really have like a color to them. A bit like if you look at the green and purple here, they kind of are black, but then they have the interference. But instead of having a black base, I would try with like a gold base and an interference color in it, so that it's super packed in intensity, but not dark. Just the shine. One of my failures was some interference green and blue, and they neutralize each other to a blessed silver. Really? Unexpected. I really would not have thought that. Wow. Wow. Interesting. Good to know. Thanks for sharing your sad story of like a failed attempt at making some shiny stuff. Gum arabic is so freaking sticky and gloopy. Looks like I have some Cthulhu creature in there. Okay. Sorry. I'm gross. Okay, so I'll go get some fresh water and then I'll fill out this little chart so that I can put these palettes away. It's it's my core colors. I have 2 palettes, core 1 and core 2. Can you see? Core 1, core 2. This one is full. And that's why there's a second one. Obviously enough. So, and I need to swatch like these and these to the swatch card. So just let me get some non-sparkly water and I'll be right back. Gros rêve, petit radon. I am back. I know color theory. This makes you be beautiful. Mica paints. Lol, no. Yeah, this red was a bit of a mess because it had separated a bit. Like not in a too complex way. Is that a word? Like it had separated, and it's always a bit tough to mix paint in a tube. doesn't always go as planned. But I saw these in Otto's video and I was like, I think you were talking about it here somewhere. So it's okay if you just ignore me here, but can gum arabic just go bad? It can go bad, not if it's in dry form. I think that's pretty stable. Cthulhu Bucha. Nice. But yeah, I mean, anything that has moisture in it can go bad, with the exception of honey, maybe. And how would that affect the paints? I have no idea. I haven't made paints with moldy binder, and if I had like a jar of made paint that did go bad, I'd just binned it. I rinsed it out, which is sad, but I mean, I just don't know how it will affect the paint, so that's why I don't want to risk it. If it's dry, like the moment the paint is dry, you're good. Like if there's no moisture. I asked because I bought gum arabic glue some time ago. Well, first of all, you can look at it. If it doesn't have any like obvious mold on it, then it's good. And also smell it. If it smells like sweet, that's good. If it smells weird, that's not good. Did you hear about the ages-old Egyptian honey that was fun and it was still fresh? I didn't. I think, did I hear about it? Maybe not, but that does not surprise me. Honey is magic. That's actual magic. The only real source of magic out there is honey. Honey is awesome, I agree. I love honey. Bee barf equals magic. Yeah, of course. Honey can remain stable for thousands of years. Yeah. Honey contains peroxide. And its high concentration of sugars makes it very... I thought that some forms of life thrived on sugar, though. Source of magic is honey, and I'm stealing that for my fantasy world. I might use that eventually for art, just for fun. But yeah, go ahead. Let's all spread this marvelous idea. And when it crystallizes, nothing will survive there. Wait, hold on. Honey isn't that... But the person who put honey from a tomb in their oven, did someone do that? Oh, okay. So life needs water more. Interesting. I'm definitely not my area of expertise. And honey is very hygroscopic. So how does that work if you can dilute honey in water? Unless I'd probably try doing that too. No one tasted the tomb honey, at least officially. I can see the appeal though. Like if that's your work and your passion, and you find honey that's like millennia old, probably, and it still smells good and looks good. Microscopic. Yeah, that's it. I don't know what that means, as I guess is my point. So yeah, if it's used as a humectant, it probably means that it attracts water, right? Tastes like a delicate flower. Oh, that reminds me, you know, guys, I posted photos of the botanical garden that I visited on Tuesday. And there were still so many bees, and like they had a whole section of the garden that was for like garden plants, like squashes, tomatoes, herbs, name it. And many of the squash plants still had flowers on them, like fully legit flowers. And I was like, what? And there were bees everywhere, and I was like, wow, you don't see bees anymore outside at this time of year. So it was really interesting to see them in the garden. I'm glad we have Paulo in here as a chemist because, yeah, it's a useful knowledge that not many of us have. Coffee is really good, but dang, coffee like leftover taste or coffee mouth is disgusting. It feels so gross. I hate it so much. I'm gonna try to finish this coffee quickly so I can sort of start drinking water and... T'as-tu vu ma fille? Elle fait des ou des fois. Sometimes the substance doesn't go bad, but the container does. That's why you get expiry dates on things like salt. Oh. Tried mixing my blue and greens together to see if I could make a gray like what Box of said, and it actually neutralized pretty well. How cold does it get in the winter for you, Paulo? Hey, Sally, hi. I said hi. Oh no. Oh no, my brain. We just had summer turn. I'm so sorry. What the hell is wrong with my brain? Hold on. We just had summer turn to autumn here over the past hour. Ooh, temperature drop, high wind, rain coming. Oof. Oh no, there's a surprise visit. Oh, good luck, Lucine. Condolences. Ah! Surprise visits, probably something that no one in here really enjoys. Ugh. I remember like imposing ourselves on people. Like before the internet actually existed, and we would like say we would travel from where I was living with my parents to like where my grandparents were living. And on the way back, they would say, "Oh, so and so lives nearby. Maybe we should go visit them." And it was either to stop by a phone booth and call them, and then drop there, like, "Hey, hello," and or either just show up. And like as a kid, I was like, "Do we really have to?" Like, I would prefer just to go home. You know, as a kid, when your parents visit their parent friends, and that they have like, yeah, I don't want to go there. That's just like, but you still have to because they decide to. So you're stuck there for the afternoon for a couple of hours while they drink appetizer drinks. I don't know what's it called in English. Saint-Zano. And then eventually at the end of the afternoon you sort of go back on the road and eventually get home. And I always thought it was like, first of all, unpleasant as a kid. I hated it, but I was like, how do we dare just pop on people? Like, what's, not sure they were like necessarily expecting visit. Cocktails, yeah, kind of like cocktails. It was a thing that was really trendy when I was a kid, and I sort of have never heard from really before. But it was called Saint-Zano, and you had it in red or in white. I mean, as a kid, it's not like I was. Yeah, they call it apéritif in French, and it's basically drinks you drink before you eat. It's a wino excuse. Sorry, you guys know I don't like alcohol, so I'm just like, why is there another pretext to drink alcohol? Blech. Let's see if I can find Saint-Zano. Saint-Zano. Saint-Zano is an Italian brand of vermouth, a brand owned since 1999 by Gruppo Campari. Saint-Zano. Spoken in true French-Canadian versions. Yeah, people usually had a red and a white one. I don't know what vermouth is an aromatized fortified wine flavored with various botanicals. Roots, barks, flowers, seeds, herbs, and spices, and sometimes colored. Ah, see. While vermouth was traditionally used for medicinal purposes, it was later served as an apéritif, with fashionable cafes in Turin serving it to guests around the clock. Vermouth is terrible. I don't do alcohol at all. Like, I never really took to it, and liquid dirt. Ah, no! It goes with the beets. Oh. No! It's alcoholic beet juice. I just hate it. It makes people act terribly, and it makes people miserable, and it's expensive, and yeah, I freaking hate this stuff. Ah, someone just scrolled by with so much perfume that it's in my nose now. I wanna die. Maybe I can smell the bottom of my coffee cup. It makes it sound like it's going to be mulled wine, and it's not. It's super dry. Oh no, it still stinks. Yuck. Vermouth always makes me think of Dartmouth. Kill me, it stinks. Fucking perfume. It still stinks. I really hate it. I hope this person trips and falls into dog poo. Smelly beans. What? No, it smells. Oh no, no. I smelled coffee. Coffee is supposed to be good at clearing out smells, but it's not gonna work if the smell is still here and I go back to it every time I put my face out of my coffee mug. There's something very British coastal town about the name. I agree, right? They must have been coated hair. Seriously. You know, kind of that powdery... I hate the word, but that powdery feminine smell. Ugh. It really goes up your nose and it stays stuck in there. Coffee will make you smell the other thing better. Unless I keep my nose in the coffee until it's gone. I just hate smells that sort of settle in your nose and kind of you can smell forever. Now what's all this, you're gonna say? It's a box full of teeny tiny bags to put teeny tiny coffee beans in there. Hopefully. These are really, really small. Like, I think I can barely fit my pinky in there. And I have really small hands. Okay, let's see. I have evergreen here, ash here, and mist here. Let's see how many sets I can put together with these. Shove, 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 shove. Oh, thank you so much for being here, Elise. I really hope the painkillers kick in fast. that's missed. I've had a week of headaches, so I kind of know the feeling. So that's evergreen, dark. Okay, not bad so far. I've had a lot of headaches recently, but yeah, I don't know what's up with it. I think mine are partial, like tired and also tension headaches from sleeping in bad positions or spending my day like in the same position, either drawing with my... I keep tilting my head to the side when I draw, which is a terrible idea. Okay, so... oh no, this one is a tiny bit that broke off. Why did you do that? This one is a bit more crumbly, so I shouldn't put my expectations too high. Okay, so good, good, good. One, two, three, four, 6, 7. This yeah, but I mean, this is pretty kind of low-key, so if you have any kind of questions or stuff like that, you can ask away. Qu'est-ce que t'as dit? Oh! Chaz is here. Chablis-boo, chablis-boo.
Ah, c'est good.
I feel like I can never take medicine for a headache or I'll enter a vicious cycle. What do you mean? Like the medicine would throw me off. Like if my headache was simply from dehydration and I'm putting in medicine to resolve it, then it throws me off and I'll keep, yeah. But it's always, like if you try everything else and you still have your headache. But yeah, of course addressing the stuff like drinking and getting a bit of rest first. I can't wait for tomorrow in terms of weather, because it's supposed to go down to like 13 Celsius. Currently in the studio it's 21 Celsius and I don't like it. Oh yeah, if it's sure. I have no problem with painkillers if I need them, but I don't want to take them when I don't need them. Yeah, same. Which is why I kind of was really put off by this week of headaches, because I was like, I don't want to take painkillers like every day. That's just insane. That's a lot of painkillers. So I tried to put up with it as much as possible, but sometimes also it's that funny time of the month, so you get like a twofer here. I think we can already see just how easier to mail this would be. Like a set of 3 little dots like that to try out colors. Those 3 colors, by the way, are this one. You guys remember the hold on, I can't see what I'm doing. Like this green that you can either have like really mixed in or add water and let it separate. Then there's this brown color that's also meant to be sort of a granulating color, and this light gray color. Usually I try drinking water, caffeinated beverage, allergy medicine lying down, and if none of these work, yeah, that's kind of what I try to do too. But I can tell when it's a tension headache and that like it's not gonna go away. So what do you guys think? Would you consider paying like, I don't know, something like $6 to get 3 beans like this? What's your opinion on this stuff? Yeah, if it's cramps, I don't bother trying anything else. It's not gonna go. The thing with cramps, I don't know about you guys' cramps, but they come and go. Mine are at the point where they don't really hurt all the time. They just hurt for a bit, and if I can power through, it's gonna go away. think $6 is a great deal for 3. Thank you. That's what I'm like. I'm thinking of pricing the beans at around $2. Like, I think technically the full set of these in pans was between $25 and $30, possibly. I don't exactly remember. It's so humid today, though. I don't know how they will do in the little glassine bags. I hope they won't stick too much. I think £6 for 3 colors is great, and you really do have a lot more paint in them. Yeah. And I mean, between you and me, guys, like, I don't use up my paints that fast. So, like, most of my pans are not usually buy handmade paints personally, but I think 6 is a reasonable price. Hey, thank you so much, guys, for the input. That's really helpful. How much is shipping and handling? Well, the thing is with these, I can probably fit them in an envelope. So that, if I can do that, it would really, really bring down the cost of shipping. Oh yeah, I will put the desiccant packs, definitely. So, let me check. So I know this is for domestic mail, so it's for within Canada, but it still gives me an idea of what class of mail it would be. So you've seen these, they don't take a lot of space, so definitely don't really need to go to a oversized envelope. And personne avec smell pour un article standard. 5 mm. They're a bit snug for like a regular paper envelope, and I would kind of worry that they might get squished a bit. I don't know. This one is one of the thickest one, those. Yeah, these are smaller, so I would have to see. Maybe if I can sort of spread them out, just wrap them in a sheet of tissue paper and that in a paper envelope, it would be the price of a stamp. I was watching Billy J get in trouble for thick packages that barely made it through the envelope thing you have. Billy J's in Canada too, right? So this would apply. So yeah, this is the Canadian, it's the one they have in the post offices, but it's so handy because so much info is on there. I also need to add some info on there, or like at least mental note, but like these slots are really helpful, because if you don't know about that stuff and you pack it too thick that it won't fit in this slot here, the prices go up so much. So that's why I'm like, if I can sort of keep the beans, anyway, it's gonna be a balancing act, but my idea is to sort of maybe be able to have them fit into the standard article, and worst case scenario they might get broken up a bit, but that's not gonna impact the usage of the paint. And since they are in their little bag, you might be able to just pour out the pieces into whatever thing you want to use them. But another idea was to possibly glue the beans with water on paper, but the thing is, when these dry, they dry hollow a bit. Not hollow like in completely hollowed out, but the way it dries, it makes a dip in the middle a bit. Yeah, she said the workers didn't believe her when she had those slap things do. Well, yeah. I haven't checked what Bailey J's up to. I once had a weird dream where I went to visit Bailey J in BC. I was like, okay, sure. So yeah, usually when I send out pans, I try to make the envelope fit in the oversized, like the slot that was 20 millimeters thick, high, whatever. And that cost usually about, I think it's $4 to $6 for Canada, because it counts as oversized letter, which I'm super grateful for, because the moment something is a parcel to send within Canada, it's just ridiculous, the price. So that's about that. For the US, I think the price is around $9 to $10, and worldwide is around 13, I think, if I remember right. I haven't mailed out pans in a bit, so. If you get to stamps, like the shipping for worldwide would be about $4 or $5 if I can make it fit into a stamp, into an envelope. And well, let me get the tiny scale too. Let me get this one guy back. I need to weigh these. Oh my god. Okay, for real. Okay, so this one is not even 1 gram. You need to tear it, dude. Come on. No. No. Okay, so that's 6 grams and not 6, 0.6. And this one too. So at less than 1 gram, if I can keep the envelope like thin enough and it's well within the 30-gram limit, it's not gonna be like oversized mail. It's not gonna count as either too heavy or too big an envelope, if you know what I mean. Of course, if someone decided to buy like 20 coffee beans, I might have to bump up the shipping price a bit. But at that point, that should be expected. That was always the redeeming thing with shipping out pans, is that they are really light. Let's pop out this guy again. Let's weigh one of these. So one of these is like 3 grams. So I can ship quite a few pans and it's gonna stay the same shipping price. Oh no, 3 beans so heavy. It's not heavy. Yeah, maybe at that point it would be easier to send 2 envelopes. If someone gets like 20 beans, it might be cheaper to send out 2 envelopes than bump it up to the next level. But that's something that always like sort of kills the joy for me to shop for like handmade paints, is the price. Because it's I mean, I'm not rich. And I understand the pricing. It's not that I don't understand, but it's just that I can't afford to pay that much in shipping on top of the paints. And like you have to choose, then you have to choose like 1 or 2 color and then pay almost as much in shipping. So what I want to try to do with these beans is to make it so people can have more colors and not pay a premium in the shipping fee. 3 sets. Yeah, I get the pricing for handmade, but it does get to be expensive. Yeah, definitely. Like, there's a lot of people I want to encourage or support. Encourage? Is that even something you can say in English? Support is probably the best way to put it. But I always hit the wall at the shipping fee. And I know, like, I've sent things out quite a lot, and I know that it's not their fault at all. It's just the way that stuff works, but it just doesn't make me want to try stuff out. I don't know. Trying to do something different, I guess. That's mists, that's evergreen. I always store these with the second packet anyway, so I hope that this will be enough. I'll take a quick break after that because I really need to go to the bathroom. Like, drinking a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and water will eventually reach its final destination. That article Paulo sent about honey was really interesting. I didn't know the water content of honey was so low. Oh, really? Be right back. I'm excited to read the article. How low is it? Do you know? Well, do you remember? Pas facile quand tu bois un thé, un café puis l'eau. I had a better idea. That's why bees constantly fan the honey to evaporate the butter? Really? So I will, instead of putting them back into bags by color, I will put them in bags by set, and each bag will have its own little desiccant packet. Makes more sense, I think. It's more ready to go. There's a bunch of crows making noise outside. Hold on, give me a sec, guys. I need to... about that. Yeah, they use their wings to moderate the honey. Whoa. That's pretty cool. It also means you can pack more energy per volume. Oh. That's so cool. Do you guys have any plans for Halloween? Probably not. I mean, eating Halloween candy on your own counts as a plan. Don't really have plans per se, but I would love to decorate, but if I decorate, kids are gonna show up, and I don't really want to like set that up, like get candies to give away and answer the bell all night. Dang, it's so humid today. Perhaps I really didn't choose my day to do this. Ugh. Might get pizza and there will be sweets. That sounds good. Can you imagine if they would like prepare the pizza and do a Halloween face on it? With the like the toppings? Oh, you think because you knocked on my door you deserve candy? I see that you are... Are you gonna get candies for you and Clive, though? Or Clive and you? I would love to have some trick-or-treaters, but it's not happened here in years. Oh, yeah, and I'm not sure COVID helped. I don't know, give them candy corn. We don't, there's not a really big culture of candy corn here where I live, like, even as a kid. Like, I had never seen candy corn before I could see, like, the American stuff on internet. But our local version of probably what would be candy corn is, they're called Sainte Catherine Taffies. Sur Sainte Catherine in French. And they are these sort of taffy made from molasses, maybe, that are really, really hard. And that you really don't enjoy as a kid. So you would get like Sur Sainte Catherine, and they would be the thing that stayed at the bottom of your like Halloween pumpkin for months. Like the last thing you might eat, or your parents will throw it away. Either way. To be honest, candy corn is empty calories. I want something more interesting. I agree. Papa Murphy's does that. They have a jack-o'-lantern pizza. We've gotten that every year since I was a wee kid. That's so cool. I've already stocked up on candy for us, and my sister is sending me all the good stuff from home. What do you consider to be the good stuff? I actually didn't know candy corn had a flavor for each type. White sugar, yellow butter. Really? I just didn't get the, it's the texture of it that I'm not very fond of. We get Catherine wheels, and they are not nice unless you love licorice. Oof. We're getting sweet tarts and Reese's pumpkins! High five! There. Ah, for the first time, I was able to try them out. They are so good! It's this perfect ratio of like the Reese peanut butter concoction in the middle and the chocolate outside, but I don't know if that's your thing too, but the way these are made, they will always ooze out the extra fat. So the cardboard, the piece of paper they are set on in the packaging will get like a bit see-through from the fat. But that means that the pumpkin itself is a bit more dry, and that's such a fun experience. Yeah, they're exactly like the eggs or the Christmas trees or the hearts, depending on the holiday. It's one of those things that I didn't know I missed so much. Oh, seriously. But they're way better than the normal ones because it's extra peanut butter, and the chocolate, since it has been like infused with all this fat, it's really soft. Oh, it's good. Oh, peeps are gross. Peeps are not even close to, like, peeps are marshmallow. How can you compare like Reese's pumpkins to marshmallow? No. Like, I used to be super hopeful that I would get the trees during the holiday season. I had never seen any other products by Reese's that was like the Christmas trees. But then I saw the pumpkins the other day and I was like, wait a second. Oh, so good. So freaking good. They don't even work in hot chocolate because they're gritty. Ew! What are you supposed to do with peeps? Are you really supposed to just eat them like that? Like, num 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 num, there you go. My mom gets tons of Peeps. I honestly wish I had some kind of... Pretty sure you could Google that though. There's gotta be fun recipes to do with Peeps. Maybe you can melt them and make some Peeps Rice Krispie squares. I can speak. I like Peeps to be honest, but they're better if you microwave them and make budget... How do you make budget Rice Krispie treats? Palgona Peeps. What shapes do they make for Halloween? Like, they gotta make like what, a ghost and a pumpkin? Oh, but I'm so with you in spirit, box of paint, regarding the Reese's. It's the best thing they make, in my opinion. You can make Peeps sushi. Peeps fruit roll-ups, Rice Krispie treats. Oh, that's hilarious. I keep picturing it with the classic like bird peep. You have the face of the bird like poking out of a sushi roll. I tried making Peep Rice Krispie treats one time with Peeps and broken up rice rounds, and it was surprisingly good. Oh, and I'm getting a box of blueberry cereals. Blueberry? Oh, that's good. That's really cute. Every time I hear Americans talk about their candy, I suddenly get a toothache. Yeah. It comes from a long tradition of going, screw that about your health every time a holiday shows up. Screw that. Yes, we use the bird Peeps and the little face popped out. Oh, that's awesome! Blueberry, Frankenberry, and Count Chocula. We didn't have, or if we had, my parents didn't buy that. The kind of cereals I would eat as a kid was Weetabix, drowned in maple syrup, mind you. Mini Wheats. And that's it. A couple of slightly off-topic questions. Does anyone here use watercolor ground by Daniel Smith? Can one use gouache on regular gesso if I want to paint on wooden thing? I use the watercolor ground for my swatches, but that's about it. Can one use... It depends on the type of gouache. Regular gesso is acrylic based, I think. So there's a chance that regular gouache might adhere even less to it, but if you use acrylic gouache, you should be fine. It's like Lucky Charms, but blueberry, strawberry, and chocolate. Ooh, strawberry. Yeah, watercolor ground is really not like painting on paper. It's really weird. Chablis? Haha! It's such a weird texture. Spoopy polyslime. Oh, you can hear that. Sorry. Whoa, it gets dark so early now. Like it's a gray, rainy day and the sun is sitting down super early, so I just like looked outside and I can't see anything. It's dark. Maybe I just try painting on wood without prepping it. What do you... I think you still have to do some prepper. I think maybe look it up on Google possibly. Because there's a whole procedure with like sanding the wood first. And what kind of gouache are you using on the wood, Duad? A gaggle, probably so gross. I didn't know it was a cup thing. I had heard that it was... In fact, I had seen from EEM, Eventually Everything Mixes. Ame uses a cap for all cats are bastards. De tout petit chicken. Oh, petite bête. J'espère qu'il est pas tout mouillé. I saw, if you check on YouTube, artist Ada Crow, her channel is Just Another Ada. And she did a couple of vlogs recently where she painted pieces on wood. But she uses acrylics. So... Ah oui! Chablis! It's so humid that my coffee bean is stuck in the glassine bag. Want to paint a bug, kind of like those taxidermy bags. Bugs, not bags. Ooh, that would be really cool. Okay, that did leave a mark. Ah, it's so freaking wet. Chablis! Je le vois pas. Oh oui. Oh, pauvre petite bête. Let's attempt a second drop. Oh yeah, successful. I don't have any acrylics at the moment, so I wonder if I can do it with gouache. It's regular gouache, right? You definitely would probably need to sand your surface. I think that's the crap. This one was not a great drop. This one was a crappy drop. Elle a tellement disparu, là.
Oui.
Pauvre petite bête. C'est regular gouache. Pauvre petit chat. Come on, it's the last bean. Okay. Thanks for great pointers. Sorry to not be able to help more. I don't have much first-hand experience with that stuff. The only people I've seen paint on wood were either using oil, acrylics, and like I've seen many artists mix things up, like have acrylic gouache, regular gouache in the same painting and mixing them and all that. But yeah, no first-hand experience, so I don't want to say with certainty anything. Most important step now, the second packs. Yeah, but thanks to that, maybe I will actually buy some acrylic gouache. I don't know if you have access to that in Poland, but if you can look up, like sometimes craft places, even like the dollar store, they will have bottles of craft acrylic paint. The brand here in North America we have often is Deco Art. And it's matte acrylic paint that sells for about $2 per bottle of 2 ounces, I think. So it's really, really affordable. If you mix the gesso with watercolor, you're gonna tint your gesso. So you might get away with it for more diluted color, but if you want dark colors, it might dilute it a bit too much. Not a bad idea though. Another pointer for affordable acrylic gouache. You can check out the Turner acrylic gouache on Jackson's. It's more affordable than say Holbein's. The most affordable is definitely the craft paint. The cheaper acrylics tend to be watery. Yeah, but it depends on the usage. If you want to do something like in layers, the more watery one will be useful. You won't have to make washes all the time. But if you want some thicker applications, yeah, it might not be the best choice. Renaissance makes matte acrylics here. I think that's perfect. I love Renaissance. Though it's more semi-matte. Well, I think that if it's to try it out, I mean, why not? I have acrylic inks from them that I really need to try eventually. Yay, that's done. Oh yeah, I'm just into the thinner acrylics, especially for projects with layers. Yeah, that's much more enjoyable. Alright, so I'm gonna pack up and end the stream. Do you guys have any last minute questions, or... I will keep working on the beans and the dots and all that stuff, and I update on Patreon. I don't really make free updates on Patreon, and I'm sorry for that. I'm really sorry, but at the same time, like, it's the $1 tier And it's sort of, it's the deal. Like if you really want to keep up with stuff, then it's probably best to get on there. But at the same time, it's, if you don't, well, it's fine. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm just stingy and I don't want to buy acrylics if I won't use them for anything else. Understandable. Trying to think if there's any. I wonder if you could possibly buy just a bottle of acrylic polymer medium. It's basically like colorless acrylic, and you can get it somewhat liquidy, like really fluid, and then in that you mix watercolors. The transparent medium is useful for a bunch of things, always handy to have around, and you could maybe create your own acrylics like that. But yeah, I mean, you can bring this up on the Discord if you want. Maybe someone over there will have more insight. All right, well, thank you so much everyone for being here today. I know it was kind of a more slow and quiet stream. A bit in tune with the weather, I would venture. But yeah, thank you so much for keeping me company while I work on this stuff that is usually very tedious and boring to do, but that was actually much more enjoyable since you guys were there with me. And we will see each other on the Discord and next Saturday for another stream. And yeah, have a great week everyone, have a great weekend, take care, and see y'all in the next one. Bye bye.